Alan Cumming, congratulations on the Emmy nominations for The Traitors. 5 this year, 2 for you, including Best Host again. So,
yes.
How's that?
Pretty good. Yeah, life is sweet. Like, what can I say?
You're not the underdog anymore, though. I mean, you're the returning champ, so is there more pressure now, or is it less? Like, you have your Emmys.
I mean, I think it's sort of, what do you call it? It's biscuits. Do you say that? No, that's a Scottish thing. It's like, it's all lovely extra.
The cherry on top.
Yes, it's sort of cherry. Yeah, it's cherry, because I feel like whatever happens, I've still won Emmys, and but if we win, of course, it's like, how lovely, we've won again. So it sort of feels like, and also I feel like we're in a great stride with the show, and we feel really good about it. So it's a really great time, actually.
You know, one of your competitors for Best Host is Kristen Kish.
I know.
And we've seen that she's on the upcoming season of Traitors.
She is indeed.
So friendly rivals.
Yes. Actually, it's sort of funny. They've invited me to go on Top Chef as a sort of promotion thing. The dates didn't work out, but yeah, it's actually hilarious. I really, really like her. She's great. And they called her chef on the show, on our show, on The Traitors. Everybody called her chef.
Would you go on a different reality show, like Top Chef, or what would be the one you would have the most fun with?
I think it'd be one of those ones like where you make cakes or crafting or something. Is there a crafting one? I think the things that they have like the British cake show, whatever that was in Britain. A few of my friends have done that and said it's hilarious. Well, I'd quite like to do a cooking one. My husband actually jokes about, over the years I've done all these various different documentaries and factual things as well as, acting. And there was one years and years ago I got asked to host a thing about something like the world's most dangerous roads. And I was, Alan will drive down this road in India where 30 people died last week, and it was just, I got a spate of these ones of doing like, Alan will bungee jump off a bridge and onto some alligators. It was so hilarious. I said no.
Well, getting into season 3 of The Traitors, which is up for these Emmys this year, what was different? Every cast must bring a new energy and a vibe. What was different for you this season with this cast?
Well, I think it's, the show itself is sort of so much about chance and about the personalities involved. And this one, they were pretty intense. Everyone, I think that the show's been on for a couple of years now. People know what it's about. But I love the fact that everyone comes in thinking they've got it and thinking they know the way, and then they're dead. That's the great thing about it. That all those skills that they think they have, it doesn't really work that way. But they were very sort of. There was a lot of chaos in this season. A lot of crazy, and a lot of like what, people turning on each other. And then actually, it felt to me like a really good representation of America right now, because it was chaos, these big, very toxic sort of male figures, or there was a lot of toxicity between certain men on the show, and then there was sort of a lot of crazy, and then at the end, it was very calm, and everybody came together, and the 4 faithful were the victorious.
It was a strange ending for 4 people to all believe each other.
I know.
And share. It was very kumbaya.
It was kumbaya. But I think, on a show like that's all about treachery and murder, it's quite nice to have kumbaya sometimes. There's not much kumbaya in this new season, let me tell you.
Well, we like that.
Yes. Watch out. Fasten your seatbelts.
The Traitors were a hot mess, though. I mean, you had Rob, Bob the drag queen.
Yes.
Danielle.
What
Carolyn. And then poor Brittany just brought in for the slaughter at the end.
I know.
So they just couldn't keep it together. They sort of ruined the game for themselves.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's so fascinating to me because now having done it a few times, you watch everybody in the show kind of slowly gets maddened by it. So they're in a bubble and they think of nothing else and they kind of lose their reason. So the Traitors sort of did that early on, and they in that turret, those scenes when they're all just screaming at each other and like it's sort of, I think it was actually really great. It felt at the time that there was madness and there was no sort of through line. And I think as soon as sort of like Boston Rob went, it kind of all took a gear change. But it's great actually when people are bonkers. I mean, a lot of them are bonkers just anyway, but when they actually do bonkers things, like Danielle doing all those crazy things that made no sense, at all. I mean, she was sort of playing, and she said afterwards that she intentionally was doing chaos as a sort of a modus operandi, which I suppose is how our country's being run right now. So it was interesting to see that represented.
I think the gamers game a little too hard sometimes, and now that Faithfuls have won 2 seasons in a row, it's making Suri look more and more like a legend. I mean, is she truly, do you think, the greatest?
I didn't know her. I didn't see her in Survivor and all that. But I mean, in terms of The Traitors, she was just brilliant. But nobody had a clue. And she played such a great game. And I felt so bad for her at the end, because at the very end, when she revealed it, they kind of got a bit mean to her. And it was the first season, we didn't know, and I had to go back. I'd gone into that. I basically had my mic off, was kind of having a drink. And they're like, Alan, quick, can you come back? We've got to, because they sort of, the other two, were sort of, obviously pissed off, but they kind of turned on her. And I think, God, you've just won this ton of cash, and it's really going to change your life. And, it's a great achievement, and you've got to just sort of be in it's freezing Scottish night and people being mad at you.
They were crying hurts. That was the game. Was she supposed to tell them the truth?
That's when people lose it, when they start to say, I can never be a faith. I can never be a traitor, rather. I can never be a traitor. And you think, yeah, you could, bitch, if I tapped you on the shoulder. So it's got people, as soon as that happens, I think, oh, they're gone. But yeah, the surprise of it, what is she? But that's what you're there to do. You can't not play the game, and that's what's so great about it.
What is the round table like? I mean, how much is cut out, and are you ever just trying to hold it together? You have to be just loud, because you know who the traitor is. Does your face have a tell?
Yes, I discovered. I think I have a pretty good poker face, but this last season I was better, because in this one now, the one we're talking about, there was a couple of times when in my ear I heard Sam, the producer who talks to me, going, Alan, your face, like that, because I was just gawping at the one was at Danielle's, the audacity of her performance as she fell off the chair and was crying and shaking, and her hat fell off. When somebody was banished, I was just like, oh my God, I was sort of so impressed with the audacity of her acting. And then another time, when they booted off Wes instead of Clear. I mean, I was like, that's why they're mad. They get mad that clearly it was Boston Rob. Clearly, so many clues. And they just did this pack mentality thing. And so I am constantly amazed about this, how people in a group make such stupid decisions. And I mean, I guess I shouldn't be, considering what's happening in our country right now. But it was really, really galling. And that when they did Wes, I thought I was going and actually I did a big, I rolled my eyes, and I mean, they're like, Alan. So yeah, it is in the round tables, they cut out a lot, and yes, it's sometimes it's kind of a bit boring, and I sort of have to say, some people have said a lot, some people haven't, so let's hear from people. You have to try and G them up. Other nights it's like, woof, light the candle, light the safety thing and retire. But laughing is a problem, not so much in the round table, but just in other bits, because it is, it's hilarious. And also I have such a soft spot for seeing a housewife wet, just the housewife of whatever in a Scottish loch.
They really go after the housewives. I mean, they're just,
I don't think
they're
they
such
do.
a target.
I don't think, I think there's this sort of trope that there's some sort of, persecution of the housewives, and all the housewives are like, here we go again, they're all after housewives. I think, no, they're not. It's just because there's a load of you. Yeah. And I don't think there's a specific housewife, cull in mind, not a sort of housewife holocaust. I just think that there's quite a lot of them. But I do love the fact that they sort of gang up like a little tribe, they're really scary en masse. I would like to get on the wrong side of them.
Who's the unsung hero that should have been nominated for an Emmy this year from The Traitors?
Well, I suppose Danielle, for the audacity of her acting and the authenticity and sincerity of it. I mean, she went for it. She, There's a saying we have in Scotland about acting is that you can be as big as you like as long as you mean it. And I adhere to that. It's absolutely true. You know, like in life, you say, if this was a movie, it would be too much, you know, like that. But Danielle was totally adhering to that mantra. I mean, I think Gabby was, to me, I know she's become the sort of breakout girl star from it, and so well deserved. I saw she won an award, the Las Culturistas Award this week. She was even more hilarious than in real life than she was on the show. I mean, she cracked me up constantly, and I just think she's such a wit, you know.
And the crafts on the show, the design of it all, the costumes. How did the costumes miss? Like, the costumes are incredible.
How did they miss getting a nomination?
Yeah.
I know, it's a bit. I mean, apparently though they don't. Those ones, they just say the winner. They don't. Or they just choose a winner. They don't have nominations. Because it was the other day they chose actually, because Sam Spector, who is the guy who's such a genius and just goes way beyond the pale, or that's the right phrase. But, you know, goes way beyond with the ideas and with these things, and they make all these insane things. I just love him, and I think he's such an integral part of the show. Like, a lot of people, you know, part of the structure of the show is what crazy outfit am I wearing, you know. And then he sent me a thing this week. He said, oh, well, you know, I didn't win. I just found out that and he said, but it's not too bad because it was Beyonce's show, the costume people who did Beyonce who won. So you can't argue with being trounced by Beyonce. We'd all like to be trounced by Beyonce. I know I would.
Lala, what's going on with Lala?
Lala's very busy, you know, like shielding herself from offers and having a hiatus, trying to keep the paparazzi at bay. The paparazzi. No, she's great actually. I think it's so hilarious. This little rescue from Costa Rica, who now has got this, gets recognised on the street. Like, actually, when I'm not there, like when other people are walking her, my husband or my assistant or something, people go, is that the dog from The Traitors? Is that Lala? And people on this, I just finished this Avengers film, and the producer on the Avengers was like, are you bringing Lala? I mean, hello. It's so hilarious. She's kind of blossoming into this kind of, you know, I think of her actually. I know this is like such dog owner, crazy dog owner stuff, but she's almost, to me, she seems like a silent movie star because she doesn't ever make a noise. Like on The Traitors, they dub another dog's little whines and things. That's not Lala. And whenever she makes a noise, it's not her. She never makes a noise. Maybe once or twice a year she'll bark. But she conveys whatever, you know, she's very communicative, but she does it in a silent way, and she does a lot of moving of the eyes without moving her face. She's very much like an old silent movie star.
She's a star. We love Lala.
She is a star.
You mentioned, you know, Doomsday. What can you mention about that? Nightcrawler.
I got into such trouble.
I know. I want you to get in trouble.
No, but I did get into trouble already.
Get in more.
Well, no, but it's just so hilarious. I really don't know what's going on with this film. It's so complicated. I did mention something that I was doing in the film in passing when I was being interviewed for hosting the BAFTAs, and I just set the internet. I broke the internet by all these people going like, Alan said blah blah. But then, of course, I also feel like, you know, that I could have got it wrong as well, because I did the entire film in isolation because I couldn't go when they were doing all my bits, and so I did it all in a very short time. I did lots of scenes with people who I've never met, and a couple of scenes were actually people, but mostly I did it all, you know, with this face replacement and being put into scenes on green screen and everything. It was so crazy. For the secrecy of the script, they sometimes call some of the characters another name, so that you don't, and I didn't really, and those are some of the characters who I might have known because I'm not an aficionado.
So you probably just led people down the completely wrong path.
Yeah. And also when I was doing it, there was a boy came over, one of the special effects, goes, so Alan, at this point, you know, blah blah, these things are flying over here and these people are coming, and I was like, you don't need to do that. You just tell me where to go. Just tell me where to stand, and I'll, you know, but please don't feel you have to like inform me of the story, because A, I want to understand, B, I'll have to ask who these people are, and C, I think it's a need to know basis. I mean, I know who I am, and I know the vague thing that I do, and I know some stuff that happens to me. But apart from that, there's whole chunks that I think I have no idea what's going on.
And are you confirmed for Romy and Michele?
Yes. Yes.
That's what people are dying for. Sandy
Yes.
Fink, come on. I mean, the dance scene, that's one of my favorite movies I had growing up.
It's so great, actually, the script. I'm really, really excited about that. Yeah, I think we're shooting that next year. And well, we're supposed to be doing it this year, but then, it's because Lisa's shooting the new Comeback. Which is, I mean, I'm so excited about that. I love her.
We're all excited for that, and we're excited for more Traitors, season 4, and
Season 4 is like I know you think it can't get any better and more explosive and more insane, but there is a scene in season 4 that is the best thing ever. There's a sequence in the middle of the series that honestly I think is just going to be legendary. It was just electric to do it. People were screaming. I can't wait.